the cake did not set it up like
No,
that.
no, no, no. I want to exude.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it hot?
Do you have announcements at the end?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
But I'll- Good morning. We invite you to take your seats and prepare for this morning's service. On behalf of the Worship Committee, welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Columbia. I am Kate Heald, and our minister is the Reverend Stephen Robinson. We'd like to remind you to stay connected with our community by keeping an eye on the following communications. Our recurring events are included in the calendar with your order of service, but special events are also coming up. We provide an emailed newsletter every Thursday to keep you informed about these upcoming events, so please be sure we have your email address. To help our worship flow smoothly, please email all requests for announcements to worshipchair@uucolumbia.org. The service leader will gladly share them at the close of Sunday's service. We warmly welcome families with children and offer childcare during our service for children up to 4 years old. Today, after the story for all ages, children ages 4 to 8 will go to their CYRE class. We have a designated seating area for children ages 4 to 7 and their parents or caregivers. Feel free to bring the toys available in the back of the social hall for quiet play. Today's flowers were donated by the UUCC flower team. So please silence all devices as we center ourselves on today's service and listen to the prelude.
Still haven't got my phone quite silenced yet, but nobody calls me on a Sunday morning, so that's okay. Everybody who wanted would probably call me is here anyway. So, I need to say a little bit about this because it doesn't say much in the bulletin. We are encore. We are pleased to be performing again for you for this service this morning. And in celebration of Valentine's Day, one day late, we're doing orally / Love Me Tender.
What time is it?
I wish I could have done that on this Christmas. That would have been so good. I told you SAA. Oh. All right. Hello.
Orally, orally.
Thank you, gentlemen. Please rise in body or spirit and join me in the congregational covenant in your order of service. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, seek knowledge in freedom, and serve others in community. Thus do we covenant with one another. Unitarian Universalism is a diverse and non-creedal religion. Our community is founded on deeds, not creeds. We are a covenantal religion, meaning we don't have to believe the same to treat each other the same, with respect, equity, compassion, and dignity. We place love at the center of our values, embracing and welcoming all people. We're delighted to welcome all our guests. Today, Mary Martin is assisting with bringing the microphone to our visitors. If you're willing and able, please stand and wait for the microphone to reach you. Any visitors today? We have.
Hi, my name is Drew. I'm originally from Charlotte and have been down in Columbia for about 7 years now. And I've come to visit a few times so far and haven't taken the mic yet. So I just wanted to let you guys know my name is Drew and I'm glad to be here.
Welcome, Drew.
My name is Kaya. This is my second time here, and I'm 14 years old, use they, them pronouns. About sums it up.
My name is Blaze. I came here as a teenager and am bringing my siblings now.
Welcome.
Hi everyone, my name's Emma. I'm a junior at the University of South Carolina. I've been here once before with my brother and my nieces, but they moved away, so I'm back by myself. And yeah, I've been a Unitarian Universalist since I was born, but I've never really attended this congregation here in Columbia, so I'm excited.
Welcome, Emma. Oh, one more. Yeah.
I'm Joe from New Jersey. Just moved here, moved to Chapin, our first time here. And
Hi, good morning, I'm Kathy.
Welcome. I've lived in New Jersey. Welcome to the adjustment. Okay. Visitors, if you'd like to learn more about UUCC, visitor cards are in the pocket at the back of each chair. Please fill one out and place it in the collection plate so we can email you about our events. Our board members and committee chairs welcome your questions and comments. Board members wear green name tags unless they've forgotten them somewhere. Thank you for being here. Today's chalice lighter is Susan Legacy. Susan has been with the congregation, you said 6 years? Yeah. Okay. Spirit of light and life, come unto us.
Please rise as you're willing and able and join in hymn number 124.
Yep.
like to invite our children to come down for the story for all ages. Good morning. All right. Good morning. I got something to show you. I'm going to sneak through here. Boop. Coming back through. All right. So this is one of my favorite things that we do throughout the year here. Yep. It is called the UUCC Valentine card.
I would make it UUCC
Oh, well, that sounds like that would be very popular for sure. Yep. We do this on the Sunday closest to Valentine's Day. And so I'll show it to you. It wraps up our what's called 30 Days of Love here. So it's called the UUCC Valentine. Can you all see that?
Yep.
And so what we do is we write some things on these sticky notes, these heart sticky notes, and we put them up there. So I'm going to read some of them. I left some of them ones from last year, but we've got to fill it up. And these are ways that we can show love. All right, so some of the things up here, I bet this was one of yours last year. Share our toys. Yeah, yeah. That also could have been an adult too. I don't know. Let's see. Be more patient. Yep. Does that say be more patient, Stephen? Oh, wait. Sometimes they're directed at me. Talk less, smile more, Stephen. Oh, wait. Respect and dignity, those are good words, right? Listen with love. There's literally like 4 on here that say be patient. So we know what Unitarian Universalists deal with, right? Empathy and respect. Be kind, love. This one's a great one. Smile with your eyes. See if you can do that. Smile with your eyes. I wish you could see the faces y'all are making right now. That's great. Share food. Vote, protest, reach out, and listen. Joy is resistance. And then it says, I'm going to fight. And while I'm fighting, I'm going to dance. That's nice. All right. So what we need to do is we got to fill it up, right? So you need to tell me some things, and then the adults will do this a little bit later. You tell me some things, ways that you can show love. All right? What do you got?
Everybody is as happy as you.
Okay. So be happy.
Yeah.
All right. You want to put that one on there?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. You got one?
It's
What's a way that you can show love?
play with people.
Be patient with people? Yeah, we got that one.
Yeah,
All right.
play with people.
Oh, play with people. All right.
Is this being on?
Yep.
To be nice, you can play with people.
All right. You got it. Thank you.
People you don't know.
That's true. You want to put it up there somewhere? All right. You got one?
Make people feel welcome.
Oh, that was great. That one was make people feel welcome.
I'm gonna put it here
That sounds good.
in above the heart. See?
That works as long as it'll stick. I'm gonna put that one up there. What do you got? All right. Respect other people and their interests, right? All right. Very nice. Awesome. Put that one up there. Any more that you want to get up there? Anybody else got an idea? What is it?
Love people how you want to be. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Okay, treat people how you want to be treated. That's a good one.
That's called the golden rule.
It is. You know what? I just happen to have a somewhat golden heart. So will you write it on that?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, you've given the adults some great ideas. They're going to do this a little bit later, and when they do it, we'll have this whole Valentine heart field.
I just have one more.
You have one more?
It's
What is it?
it's like, let's say a kid broke their toy.
Yeah. Kid broke their
You
toy.
know how to fix it.
Oh, you know how to fix it. You're an engineer.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And you fix it for them without even saying a word.
All right. Fix broken toys.
Or broken stuff.
Fix broken stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be toys, you know?
That's right. Could be people.
What? You can fix people?
Hey, we'll talk about that at some point, won't we?
Uh-huh.
You
Guess
can.
so.
You know what? If you go back there in the back, you can like pick a sermon for me one day.
What's a sermon?
Yeah, the thing I preach later. You can sign up and say, Reverend Stephen has a talk about this.
Ooh.
Yeah.
6, 7.
All right. So, why do you think we have a Valentine at the front of our church? Why is that so important? Anybody? Yeah. All right. What do you got? Today is your 9th birthday. That's a possible reason. Any ideas? That's right. We celebrate holidays, and we particularly celebrate love, right? Do you ever listen when we start talking? We say something is the doctrine, which means the important stuff of this congregation. Do you know what it is?
I have one.
Anybody know? We say, boop, is the doctrine of this congregation. Let's see if these folks out there know it. What is the doctrine of this congregation? Love. Love. That is the most important thing for us. Yeah.
Like, maybe it's because in, like, the creed.
The creed, yeah.
Oh, wait. We're going deeds, not creed.
You are listening to that part. You just said we do deeds, not creeds. That's right.
When we do the thing where we talk,
Yeah.
we say love. We put love in the center of our values.
Wow, how about that? That's exactly right. So, because love is the center of our values, we celebrate love. So, stand up and look at those adults. Everybody stand up. Because, look, our heart is not full. And I want you to look at them and just say, you all have some work to do. All right. Thank you all for coming down. All right. At this point, we're going to shift gears a little bit in our service and move to our opening words. This is not an official title, but this is how I refer to John Storino as the UUCC Poet Laureate. So John is going to come and share one of his original poems with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to begin this way. I am grateful to Reverend Robinson to add my words during this service. Now, I would like to share a little background with this poem I am reciting. On February 14th, 2018, this particular Valentine's Day, which happened to be a Wednesday, typically known for chocolate, exchanging cards, making dates, looking one's best at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, was a site of a mass shooting. The aftermath of this event produced protests, foundations, and education. By doing a search online, you will find current information. This year is the 8th year anniversary. I give you, do you have acne? How young are you? Do you have acne? A billboard blinks as a supermodel visage applies cream from a tube. What is it about this country, this America? So many young people wish that's all they have to worry about. What is the best application to clear up your face? I remember fire drills we had at St. Louis Grammar. Yeah, there we had to use those platforms with open steel gratings as steps to escape outside our school. I believe it began with Columbine. Now we have active shooter drills as well. Is there a secret society that's called a bounty on who some would call our natural resources? Schools are places of learning about ABCs, arithmetic, and history. Well, there's biology and geography too. Sandy Hook was once a refuge for learning until teddy bears hold the names of those 20 killed at their memorial. Now, we are one day away from the 1-year anniversary of Stoneman Douglas at Parkland, Florida. Don't you remember? Over 30 were shot and 17 died. When it is declared a year dedicated to the child, let it not be called for blood sport, for we do not know which school is next for active shooter response. There are promises now made by Stoneman survivors about certain rights to bear arms. Why is it a gun has more privilege than our son or daughter? And the worst fear a young person used to have returned. Will my face clear up before my date?
Thank you, John. We normally reserve this candle at the end of our Candles of Community for our silent concerns and joys, but I will use it now to commemorate the 8th anniversary. We also use this time as well. If you have joys, concerns that you would like to share and have a candle to place, please come and briefly share that joy or concern and place your candle here.
Hi, I'm Ellie, and today's my birthday.
She's 9, if you didn't hear it during story time.
This is another, I'm Joan Watterson, and this is another candle of celebration. This, right now, between now and next weekend, is the 9th annual volunteer week up at the mountain. And there are some people that are up there this weekend. Some of us will be going during the week, just off and on, and through next weekend. So this is for the volunteers and for the mountain that we all love.
morning. I'm Don Curry. This is a candle of joy. Michelle and I would like to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day yesterday. And it is a special day for us because yesterday we were married 40 years. So, and to celebrate, we're going to Alaska in September.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and my pronouns are she, her, and I have a candle of joy. Several of us from this congregation found each other at the opening of the Degenerates Project over at Stormwater Studios on Thursday night. This was curated by Jasper, and the title Degeneratives Art Project got me wondering what did that mean, so I read about it. And it came from World War II, when first there was the burning of the books, and then the Nazis took famous pieces of art from Chagall and Picasso and such, put them all off into a separate location and called them degenerates. And then, as you know, the next thing that happened a couple years later was the burning of the bodies. So this group of fantastic artists got together and filled up Stormwater Studios with amazing, amazing art. And the subject of most of the art was one person and one political theme. And they put their anger into it, they put their pain into it, they put all emotions into it, and it was absolutely packed with people. People needed to see this. So in the next 3 weeks, if you have the time, go to Stormwater Studios and see this amazing collection of art. You will know that it was time well spent.
Yeah, that whole episode was how people like Igor Stravinsky and Max Reger, Ernst Bloch, Arnold Schoenberg, some of the great composers of the last century ended up in this country. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm Kevin. I'm grateful that there were a bunch of us also from this congregation out at 1441 Main Street Thursday night. If you haven't heard, that's the new residence apparently of an ICE office in Columbia that they are opening up. And we're not supposed to be focusing on the issues so much and the political stuff so much, but all of this is hard. Now I say that, I know you feel it too. We're buffeted, we're suspended between all kinds of dark energies that seem to be attacking everything that's good, that seem to be bent on erasing compassion from our world. And all I can say to that is to cop a line from Alanis Morissette's 1995 hit, Hand in My Pocket. One hand in my pocket, the other's playing the piano. I've done that, actually. And that is to say, I'm tired, but I'm working.
And of course, we hold the space for silent joys, silent concerns that are too intimate to share. I invite you to just a few deep breaths, reflecting on all that's been shared, all that you've heard, the joys and the celebrations of birthdays and the pain and despair, and what can feel like hopelessness, and the desire to keep working and moving forward. I invite you to reflect on all of that. As we prepare for our offering this morning, just a reminder, as we receive our offering. We have our pledge drive that's coming up in the month of March, so I know that you are going to be excited about that opportunity to give and support this good work and be a part of what this congregation is doing. Also, our Share the Plate recipient is another person in arms fighting out there with us in the community, the South Carolina Appleseed Legal Justice Center, and so we support them through this month of February into next Sunday with our good work. Richard, do you want to introduce our offertory song?
Yes, sir, be glad to. I'm going to do a piece today, and it is because of Valentine's Day and because of love in general, which is the doctrine of this congregation. But this piece is about the reality of love. It's called The Glory of Love, written by a composer called Billy Hill, and it was made popular in a movie called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I was looking for recognition on that. So.
All right. Invite our ushers to come and receive our offering.
You gotta give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, until the clouds roll by a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. As long as there's the two of us, we've got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with us, we've got each other's arms. You've got to win a little, lose a little, and always have the blues just a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. You gotta laugh a little, cry a little, until the clouds roll by just a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
We receive our offering, our symbol of our commitment to our good work. Thank you, Richard and Kevin and Karen. We're always in such capable hands when our music director, Anna, is not with us. So thank you for sharing the great music and encore, right? That's the name of the group of Elvises that performed for us earlier. We all probably are aware in Christian scripture, there's a section of writing that's used a lot at weddings, 1 Corinthians 13, which is a reflection on what love is. I love Reverend Tess Baumberger has written a section that says, if Bell Hooks, who is a prolific educator, professor, activist and writer. If bell hooks wrote 1 Corinthians 13, this is what it would sound like. So I share that with you. Love is caring, affectionate, and loyal. It recognizes, knows, and respects the other. Love is committed and trusting. Love takes the risk of loving. Love is never hurtful, abusive, or neglectful. It does not coerce or dominate, neither does it spoil or overindulge. Love is ethical, accountable, and responsible. Love does not lie to avoid conflict or to manipulate. Love does not lie to trick or deceive. Love is open and honest. Love lives with integrity that wills cooperation. Though it is satisfying to love, love is not about getting one's needs met, nor solely about meeting other person's needs. True love is about mutuality. Love places another interest on the same footing as their own. Love is not so much a feeling as it is an action. There can be no love without justice and equality. Therefore, love requires that we subvert patriarchy, white supremacy, consumerism, anti-queerness, and all other forms of oppression. 1 Corinthians 13, according to bell hooks. Our celebration of love. Every Sunday we begin our time together by saying, as we said with the children a few minutes ago, that love is the doctrine of this congregation, and it begins what we read as our covenant. That covenant that was written in the early 20th century by the Reverend Griswold Williams, a Unitarian minister with roots in revolutionary love. So oftentimes we ask about our history and when our congregation formed and when our denomination formed. And really, we are the combination of two historic groups of people that came together and formed this great denomination that we have today, our religion that we have today. So we have roots in Unitarianism, and those roots we are aware of, trace all the way back to a certain part of Eastern Europe that took a stand and developed revolutionary love. We also have roots in Universalism that takes its lead from universal love. So when we say love is the doctrine of this congregation, we are holding both in our hands, revolutionary love and universal love. And in that universal love, we can draw theologically from our universalist heritage. We oftentimes can trace very clearly back and see the importance of our Unitarian heritage, but sometimes we miss the beauty in the history that's found in our universalism that goes all the way back to the early forms of Christianity and other religions as well. Universalism was, and for some people still is, a belief that God is all-loving, or just that we represent love and never condemn anyone to any sort of damnation, that God is eventually in the process of redeeming everything and holding everyone in value. This is why so many of our congregations have the title All Souls, and showing up as a way of representing that we are welcoming to all and believe that all are being transformed. This idea that that love is pervasive and includes everyone, being universal, shows up over and over and over again in our history. It was actually here in the U.S. that this idea of universalism came to take institutionalism form in churches and societies. Our origin myth, and it's one of those origin myths that really, if I share it with you, you'll know it never really could have happened this way. But, it's our origin story, and it's a miracle story that involves John Murray, who was a Methodist preacher from England and had converted as a universalist long before that. After the death of his first wife and his infant son, he was thrown into a debtor's prison. He was depressed. He was dispirited. His faith was in doubt. He gave up on preaching, and he immigrated to America in 1770. On his arrival on the coast, his ship got grounded on a sandbar. So while waiting for his ship to get freed, Murray went ashore, where he met a farmer named Thomas Potter. who had built a chapel on his land to accommodate itinerant preachers. Upon learning that Murray was a preacher, Potter was convinced that Murray had been sent by God to proclaim the gospel, even though Murray did no longer proclaim the gospel, but was proclaiming a message of universalism. Murray resisted, but Potter convinced him to preach until the ship was freed off the sandbar. And Potter convinced the crowd that God would keep the ship on the sandbar until Murray preached. Does this sound a lot like our board meetings, for those of you who are on the board out there, the things we spend our time and energy on? Perhaps with all of that happening, God keeping that ship stranded on the sandbar until Murray preached, all that made such a great impression on the community that he ended up getting invited to spread not the gospel, but spreading a message of universal love down the east coast of the American colonies, and eventually founding a Universalist church in Gloucester, Massachusetts. Perhaps the most influential force in the development of Unitarian or Universalism, though, was the self-educated minister, orator, and debater, the writer Hosea Ballou. Hosea Ballou espoused ultra universalism, as he described it. The idea that no one would be condemned to any period of time at all, that there is no process of being redeemed. We are all just accepted, and in that way parted even from traditional Universalists. The people of other Christian denominations were furious because, the one way you get people to show up and do things is you convince them that if they don't, they're going to hell, right? So if you take that away, that really upsets some of the folks. And so people would argue with him. Probably one of my favorite stories of Hosea Ballou, there was a story where he was traveling with a Baptist minister, and the Baptist minister looked at him and said, "Brother Ballou, if I were a Universalist and I wasn't afraid of the fires of hell, I would hit you over the head, steal your horse and saddle, and ride away, and I'd still go to heaven." To which Ballou replied, "If you were a Universalist, the idea would never occur to you." This UU faith that we have, that's so centered on love, is reclaiming this relational, love-centered legacy of our Universalist heritage, not just our Unitarian heritage, that sometimes has been overshadowed by that Unitarian powerful image in our history. In the time since we merged these two U's of Unitarianism and Universalism in 1961, we have translated this Universalist concept of an all-loving God into an all-loving love that offers redemption and hope and justice to all of the world in the here and now. This universal love that we hold is like a big umbrella from our story that shelters everyone under the shield of justice. And when that love is practiced in the form of justice, it moves us all toward liberation and freedom and joy. As Bell Hooks writes, love actually puts something into action. It's the dream also, as we began 30 days ago by celebrating the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His dream was also rooted in love that called us to action, caused us to care about injustice enough to do something about it. It was all based on that web of mutuality. And that commitment to that universal love, that revolutionary love that are the pillars of our history, is our work. Now, we've heard, and I so resonated with your candle, Kevin, because of some of the readings I had this week. I resonate with a UU minister by the name of Colin Bosson in Houston, who said that she's actually struggling to hold on to this love. She writes, "Every day I find myself wondering if love will be enough to transform our culture. I know that I've encouraged us not to disappear into despair and continue the work, and all of that is honest and true, but I find myself wondering, even on the best of days, if love will be enough." The complexity of that work for us when we say and we tell our kids, Love is the doctrine of this congregation. It is what we do. It is what we hold on to. It is what guides us. It is what informs how we are present and active in our world. We have to acknowledge that on some of those days we feel like, man, it's not going to make a difference. As John's poem shared about the things that kids used to be concerned about in school and what they are dealing with now, we wonder, is love going to make a difference? And I struggle the same way, wondering, as I say it positively, there's a dark shadow in me wondering, is it going to accomplish anything to keep pounding away at love? Dr. King attended a Unitarian congregation in Boston for a time while he was in graduate school, and his faith in nonviolence was partially inspired by the Unitarian Universalist minister there, Aidan Ballou, who taught that by pledging never more to resist injury with injury, we adhere to the law of love under all provocations, and we will gloriously overcome evil with good. King's faith also came from another Unitarian transcendentalist, Henry David Thoreau, who wrote on civil disobedience, and that helped inspire his belief in the possibility of a peaceful revolution. His trust in the moral arc of the universe drew upon the Unitarian minister Theodore Parker, who preached, "I do not pretend to understand the moral universe. The arc, though, is a long one. But from what I see, I am sure it bends toward justice." Dr. King quoting almost word for word Theodore Parker. I don't know how that makes you feel, but to think about that being our heritage, that being what informs us as Unitarian Universalists, maybe we find the hope in the midst of struggling to hang on to that revolutionary love. Struggling with our own faith, even though we have some of the most influential teachings from the Unitarian Universalist tradition informing us to keep working. Struggling with the belief that the democratic dimensions of the republic will be preserved, that white supremacy and hate and violence will not be allowed to reassert itself, that existential crisis of the hours that we find ourselves in will eventually be addressed by the politicians who hold the power. And I know that I am not alone in this struggle. You all share that sense of doom. What you feel is often hopeless, and that hopelessness creeping in. Sometimes it feels like the love that we have constructed over time is a sandcastle that a wave is getting ready to knock down and destroy. We admire the work and the creativity even though we feel the tide coming in. Throughout his life, Dr. King struggled with faith also in a revolutionary love. His last words came in Memphis, Tennessee. Some of the last words he spoke publicly into a microphone was, "I may not get there with you to the promised land, but I've seen the promised land. And I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land." But do you know what his last sermon was titled? That's his last speech. His last sermon was titled, "America Too is Going to Hell." He struggled with faith, which for him as a Christian minister is defined by the evidence of things that we can't see. Faith and love, concepts we talk about as these unseen movements that we cannot see around us that are transforming our world. As a minister myself that leans more toward humanism, I'm putting my trust and hope in some of the things that we can see around us. We are not hoping that unseen things become known. We have to build on the structures of love that we have. We have to embrace the goodness that we've already seen. We have to trust in the ebb and the flow of time and keep the castles of love and their building no matter what the tide of injustice is doing. We should go and read the entire famous last speech that ends with a message about finding the promised land. The one he gave on that last night of his life The way it begins, it doesn't begin as he often did with a scriptural citation, being a Baptist minister that starts with a piece of scripture, writing from scripture, Christian scripture, and then goes into an exegesis of that and into a speech. His last speech on that night in Memphis begins with a tribute to his good friend, Ralph David Abernathy. And he calls Ralph David Abernathy the best friend I've ever known in the world. And what is this sermon about? What is that sermon really about? When you read it closely, you find that sermon focuses on one thing: the profound inspiration and the profound experience of universal love that he had experienced from all those people that had gathered on the stage with him and all those people he had worked alongside for so many years. He is very clear that even in jail, he drew on their support. And we are the same way. Where do we go for support? Do we look to love and remind ourselves that love is inviting us to something greater? Certainly, it is a value that we hold on to deep in our hearts. But where do we go to find the hope? I just invite you to open your eyes and look around you. Look at the people. Make eye contact with the folks who have endured the cold rain, which for those that just moved from New Jersey, it only does this a couple of days out of the year. You just happen to catch it this day. The people that endured the weather and the other opportunities of things to do on a Sunday and sat in this place committed to what we are doing in this congregation. Put your hope and trust and land it in each other. The acts of love and justice that come from this place are the most hopeful thing that I experience in my life. The power that comes from this community working together in acts of love, the power of universal love, taking away the nastiness of insecurity, judgment, and condemnation. This universal love puts our trust in each other. So look around you and see the power of love acted out in this community.
Please rise as you are willing and able and join in hymn number 134, Our World is One World.
Closing words come from Bell Hooks, since she got our opening words. her own reflections on this universal and revolutionary love, claiming that we are all born with this fundamental need for love. She simply writes, "When we find the love we seek in community, in friendship, in our family, and even in a romantic partner, we discover then that there is reason to hope." I invite you to join us in our benediction. If you will be seated, we just have 2 announcements. Kate's going to do one, so share that.
Okay. Please remember that Tuesday is Call Your State Senator Day about the health insurance crisis facing South Carolina workers. And I would include facing all South Carolinians. The information is in your order of service, and your support is appreciated.
Thank you, Kate. The last announcement is a reminder of what the children told you when they were here, is we have work to do, right? You have work to do. We've got to fill up our hearts. So if you will, at some point as we are leaving today, come up and take some time to do your own commitment. What are you going to do to commit to the act and the art of love in this community around us, in our world around us? Write it on one of the hearts and place it either inside the heart, or if you're bold, like some of our younger folks, just above it there, all right? Thank you, and we'll put this on display and remind us of our commitment to our good work. Thank you all for being here for this service.